Welcome back, YouTube. My name is TayBikes28, and I am live here once again in the Toronto Huskies franchise. Cannot wait to get into this one for you guys. We have a lot of stuff, as you can see on screen, some different things. We got some injury decisions to deal with this week. We've got a weekly award, as well as a few other things to look at this week. So lots of stuff to do. But before we get into all that, let me check my audio. All right, sounds like it's coming through. All right, hopefully everything's good on your guys' side. But in the meantime, I apologize for the little bit of a delay between videos here. Got a little sick over the weekend, and it seemed to not want to allow me to speak very much. So I apologize for the little delay here, but we are back at it once again here, and I will be getting into the back into Days Gone as well here soon. But one thing at a time. I figured I like the main reason I like to do these Madden streams is because they're a little quicker than the Days Gone streams. Usually, when I sit down and I play a game like Days Gone or any sort of narrative-based game, I seriously need to sit down and dive into it deep. I can't just play it for 45 minutes, maybe an hour, and be done. All right, or very rarely. I need to sit down and I need to play it for a couple hours and really get into the storyline and into the game itself. Whereas Madden, it's very quick, it's easy. I stream a game, do the stuff for the week, and that's it. So usually they're a little over an hour, about an hour long. So that's kind of why I like to do these. But anyways, talking about the Toronto Huskies franchise. If you're new here, this is a little bit of a different franchise. It's a sim-based franchise, team-building exercise. So what that means exactly is this, and I'm going to show you guys the lineup while you guys can go ahead and look at that. But pretty much this is a game, or a series, I should say, in which we are building the best possible team, but we don't control the outcome necessarily. So I could go up there and I could beat the computer 100-0, but that's no fun, right? You don't want to see that. That's boring, right? So it's much more entertaining to build something and see what we build come to fruition right before our eyes. And that's pretty much what we are doing here in this Toronto Huskies franchise. Very, very excited because it's been a couple of years coming now, and as you can see, this team is very good at this point. The defense is phenomenal. It is a very young team still, with a couple veterans here and there, but for the most part, it's a very solid team. And I happened to be looking right before we started this video, and if you look at the stats here, we have the #1 defense. Not shocking. But our offense is actually slightly above average. Right there it said 16th for yards, but we're about 14th for points per game or so. So that's pretty good. And obviously #1 defense in the NFL. So very, very excited about that. But let's jump into things here. We start with the weekly award, and that is Micah Parsons. In that last game, he had 6 tackles, 3 sacks, and a pick. One heck of a game against the Texans, which he was really a leading force on our defense that allowed for the 27-0 shutout of the Houston Texans. And then here, this is a big one. We have an injury decision regarding starting running back Aaron Jones, who has been out the entire season so up to this point. And he had a partial PCL tear, and he has a chance at coming back. My thing with this, and this is one of the things that I've never felt like Madden has done very well, is there's really no benefit, I feel like, to bringing a guy back early. If you look here, like his speed rating doesn't just drop a little bit. It's not like, oh, he goes from a 91 to like an 87 or something. No, he drops to a 79. Like, you might as well put an offensive lineman out there. Okay, and like all these different things, like it's such a ridiculous drop that most of the time it's not even worth considering. And so, especially considering usually when you play the backup, they earn double everything. So we're going to go ahead and play, obviously, Travis Etienne. He's been phenomenal to start the year. As you can see there, he's averaging over 100 yards a game. He's got over 300 yards already on the season. And I was looking in his yards per carry right now is at 7.7 or something like that, which is insane. Absolutely insane. So we've never really had that big home run ability on our team in terms of the run game. So we're definitely going to keep him in for now. We got some upgrades here. We got Micah Parsons with an upgrade after that Player of the Week. He's already up to an 85 overall at the beginning here of his second season. And then T. Higgins, who is now the 4th receiver on this team, got an upgrade. And we'll have to see if we end up keeping him around or not. Not 100% sure that we're going to do that. We'll have to kind of see how the team looks at the end of this season, because a lot of contracts will be expiring at the end of this year. So a lot of decisions moving forward. But without further ado, let's jump into this thing. We are going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are 1-2 to start this game off here. And this is a Buccaneers team that might look a little different than what you may remember from this era. Obviously, they still have Mike Evans. I believe Chris Godwin should still be there. Trying to think of some other players. But I'll start things off here by going to the depth chart for the Buccaneers so we can see kind of who we're going up against. All right, we got the third-year quarterback Demetrius Maddox, who was a top pick in that draft class a few seasons ago, and he has really started off his career quite well. He's been really the driving force of this Buccaneers team over the last 2 years, and has really been the only thing keeping them in contention. Running backs, they've got James Conner now as their starter out there, and then receivers, you got the duo, of course, of Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, absolutely deadly. And they have a 4th-year receiver, Keshawn Miller, who has come in here and provided that third outlet in the passing game. And then at tight end, they still have O.J. Howard, that's right. And they drafted Brevin Jordan 2 years ago now. This is his second season. So that will be interesting to see if he gets out there on the football field. And then in terms of their offensive line here, it is not looking too great. They have the veteran Ali Marpet and Ryan Jensen, interior guys there. But other than that, they're kind of a little weaker. So we could take advantage of that, and that really was something we took advantage of last week against the Texans. And then in terms of the defense, they have Trey Hendrickson now starting at their left end spot, and Christian Wilkins. So a nice, fairly young, I guess, or defensive edge duo right there. And then interior, they still got Vita Vea, and they signed Derek Nandi from the Kansas City Chiefs. And then in terms of their linebacking core, they have Terrell Lewis, Devin White, the real driving force of this defense at this point. And then Shaq Barrett, obviously the edge rusher. And then in terms of the secondary, they still have Sean Murphy-Bunting, Carlton Davis, and Jamel Dean. A decent young trio at corner, but none of them are necessarily shutdown guys. And then at safety, they have Mike Edwards still, and they signed Tony Jefferson to be their starter at strong safety. So an okay secondary, but definitely one I think this team can take advantage of if given the opportunity to do so. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, see if things end up panning out for your Huskies in this one. All right, let's get into this thing here. As the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing host to your Toronto Huskies here in week number 4. And it's going to be a good kick return here to start things off up to the 29-yard line for Travis Etienne. And that is where this Trevor Nickerson-led offense will be coming out onto the football field. And he's really been playing well to start this season. His 3rd NFL season, and he is seeming to put it all together finally. He's got an offense that's been clicking already this season. He's been able to put up a good amount of yards and touchdowns so far. We'll have to see if he can continue this throughout this season. And here in the first carry, it is going to be Travis Etienne getting shut down by Vita Vea in the middle there. And as you guys know, this offense, it is a very young offense, and you got a couple veterans here or there with David DeCastro, Travis Kelce, but for the most part, they are all young guys here. And I'm very excited to see if this offense can continue the production that it had through the first couple weeks of the season. And there it's going to be the first completion on the day for Travis Kelce and obviously Trevor Nickerson. I just talked about this defense. It is a defense that, for the most part, I think this offense can take advantage of. The secondary is okay, but not great. And in terms of the defensive front, obviously they have Vita Vea and Shaq Barrett. But if we can shut those two down, I think we can get things rolling. So here we go on 3rd and 5. It is Nickerson throwing this one outside, and that is knocked down and incomplete. So I believe that'll be a 3 and out there, intended for Jerry Jeudy on the outside, who right now is actually our leading receiver. So that appears to be a pretty good signing so far on this season, at least. He is outpacing CeeDee Lamb right now, neither of which have a touchdown yet on this season. So that is something we'll have to keep an eye on moving forward. So now we have Matt Hawk getting ready to punt this one away on 4th and 5, and it is going to be a booming punt here from Matt Hawk. And inside the 5 and through the back of the end zone. And this is going to be a Demetrius Maddox-led offense. And like I said, Maddox has been the focal point, and not only focal point, but really driving force of this offense. So when he does well, this offense does well. When he does poorly, it all falters on his shoulders. So here it is, 1st and 10 from the 20. They're going to put a man in motion here. And it's going to be a handoff up the gut and a run up to about the 24-yard line there by James Conner. So like I said, I think this offensive line, especially the tackle duo, is something that this defense can take advantage of. We've seen how dominant this defensive front can be for Toronto, and it's really what this defense is built upon. So now it is 2nd and 6, and a quick throw outside, and a nice completion to none other than Chris Godwin on that one. And it's a good thing he got that ball out quick because Maddox was under pressure from the blitz. And it's going to be a fake to the running back here, and under pressure again, and this time it is none other than Micah Parsons, player of the week last week, coming up with a big play here in the first quarter and a 10-yard sack. So after a nice play for the Bucs, immediately this Toronto defense answers, trying to get a little bit of a rollout here, play action, and it ends up getting absolutely shoved right back down their throats here. So a nice play by this Huskies defense. So now it is 2nd and 20 at their own 27-yard line. And it's going to be under center for Maddox. A quick drop back here, throwing outside. That is complete, but nowhere to go really, as I believe that is O.J. Howard. And as you see, it's a very similar defense from previous years, but really about one piece was added on every level of the defense. So you got Chase Young up front, who was added, and then you have Bobby Okereke in the middle, and then you have Earl Thomas in the back end. So now 3rd and 17 here, and a blitz coming, completion outside. It is going to be a run up to the 40, about the 40-yard line. So decent completion for some yardage. That one was O.J. Howard. The one before that, I believe, was Brevin Jordan. So that's the first catch for O.J. Howard as he tries to power his way forward, but unfortunately too far behind the chains here on this one, and that is due to that sack, which leads to a punt here for Tampa Bay. And a pretty good one, as it almost gets out of bounds at the 1 and just slips into the end zone for a touchback. Bradley Pinion trying to really get a good one on that one. But now the Toronto offense has a new chance at life here after going 3 and out to start this game. They're looking to improve. Oh, hang on. Sorry about that, guys. Hit the wrong button. So now 1st and 10 here at the 20-yard line. Low snap, but it is handled here, and that is LaMarcus Holloway bouncing this outside and actually going backwards. He had the first down and then ends up making a move and going backwards, but that's all right. So now in a 2nd and 1 though here as Travis Etienne, I believe, gets this carry. Yes, and he pushes it forward for a 1st down, if I'm not mistaken. As you see, Etienne has really been a driving, or not just a driving force, but a cog in this offense that has kept the wheel turning, and it is an important one because so far we haven't had that big playability over the last couple seasons in the running game, and this year it has been there with Travis Etienne as he gets a carry here on 1st down for 8 yards. So now it is going to be 2nd and 2 at the 38-yard line. It is an I formation play here, and a handoff again going outside and powering his way through and getting some yardage and breaking this one deep, and that is Tay Myers, the power back, showing off his wheels. Look at that. The power back saying, you can do it, I can do it as well, to Travis Etienne in this offense, as we have a if Aaron Jones comes back, it'll be a 4-headed rushing attack. But right now it's a 3-headed rushing attack with Tay Myers, the power back, showing his wheels here in this one, getting a big play. And that is what I'm talking about. This is something that this Toronto offense has not had. This big play rushing game. And it's something that really is going to help out this passing game. It's going to make these defenses think twice, and all of a sudden, boom, there'll be a big opening for this offense to put some big passing yards on the board as well. So just like that, Toronto is up 7-0 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and immediately a change in pace for this game. And it's going to be a return out of the end zone up past the 20 to the 25. Decent return there. All right, let's see if Demetrius Maddox and this offense can answer the Toronto call. Putting some pressure on this Tampa Bay offense. Maddox drops back, quick throw over the middle. That is incomplete. Had a man open. I think he just hurried that pass there. So now it is 2nd and 10. And it's going to be a quick throw outside, as it was initially going to be a handoff, but instead, change of plans, tries to get this one out to Mike Evans, who has nowhere to go. Good tackle on that one by Marshawn Lattimore. And you know the history between those two. And an incomplete pass here on 3rd down, getting knocked down by the linebacker. And just like that, it is a quick 3 and out for this Tampa Bay offense. As you see there, I'm not sure if that was just an inaccurate pass or what, but I believe it was intended for the running back out of the backfield. So now Toronto is expecting to get another opportunity here, this time to extend their lead, and a little bit of a return here up to the 29 for Travis Etienne. So if Toronto can find the end zone once again, all of a sudden will have full control of this game. All right, it's going to be a fake to the running back here, and under pressure is Nickerson, who couldn't get that ball off, and that is Miller with the sack. I believe that was a cornerback blitz. As you see there, a fake to the running back and trying to push this one downfield, but not getting a chance to get that ball off, as it looks like he had a guy open on the left-hand side, and I believe that was where he was going with that football. Instead, it leads to a 2nd and 15 here, as you have Nickerson in the gun now. And it's going to be a handoff here, trying to get this outside and nowhere to go for LaMarcus Holloway, who gains about a yard. It's now 3rd and 14 as Nickerson has some time throwing deep outside, and that is incomplete. Tough catch there to make by CeeDee Lamb on the sideline with a man draped all over his back. An okay throw, though, by Nickerson, putting that one where it was pretty much CeeDee Lamb or nobody on that, so solid placement on that. But a good play by Carlton Davis, the corner, to get his hands in there and make sure CeeDee Lamb can't catch that one. So now it's another 3 and out for this Toronto offense. That'll be the second 3 and out on the day. And another booming punt, and a great one here as it is downed at the 1. Matt Hack flipping this field position just like that. What a punt here, as he's been absolutely phenomenal for your Toronto Huskies over the last couple seasons and really been a absolute, I would say, bargain in terms of their special teams out there. So now it is 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line in I formation. It's going to be a handoff here, and that is James Conner trying to power his way forward, gets a couple up to the 4-yard line. So now they have a little bit of breathing room. But it's 2nd and 6 here, and another handoff here, but nowhere to go as he is wrapped up by Jaquil Easter, the safety, coming down and making the tackle in the run game. So now 3rd and 5 here. In the gun is Maddox. He's going to quick throw over the middle. That is caught by none other than Mike Evans. I believe that is his second catch on the day, but the first one that goes for some yardage. Gain of about 11 yards on that one. And all of a sudden, this Tampa Bay offense has a little bit of room. They don't have to worry about getting a safety anymore. It's now 1st and 10 here. Empty backfield for Tampa Bay. And Maddox loading up, throwing deep downfield, and that is incomplete, as I believe that was Mike Evans, the intended receiver on that one. It's now 2nd and 10. And again, taking this one outside, that is complete. This one goes to Chris Godwin, a gain of about 5. It's now 3rd and 5 here. Expect Maddox to throw once again. As he's in the gun, he takes this snap, throws quick over the middle. That is caught. And pushing his way forward is Mike Evans, up close to the 40, down to the 39. And as you can see, this Tampa Bay offense really is a force to be reckoned with the trio of Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Demetrius Maddox. When they can get going, it's hard to stop them, but when you are able to shut them down, that entire offense really shuts down. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. In the gun once again, 3 receivers to the right here, as Maddox looks over the middle. That is caught by the tight end. I believe that was O.J. Howard. It's now 9 yards on that one. Going back to I formation here on 2nd and 1. It's going to be a fake to the running back. Maddox throws deep over the middle. That is caught. Chris Godwin, first down in plus territory up to the 34. Once they get this play-action game going for Tampa Bay, this might be a problem for this Toronto defense. So this defense needs to come up with an answer here and quickly before the Bucs get some points on the scoreboard. Going back under center on this first down. Couple extra big bodies out here for Tampa Bay, but they are not going to get the snap off, so that's going to be where this one ends. It's going to be 7-0 at the end of the first quarter, heading into the second quarter with Tampa Bay driving and an opportunity to tie this football game up. So coming out of the first, it's going to be Maddox taking the snap, quick throw over the middle, that is caught, and downfield inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. That is O.J. Howard making another big impact play, as I believe that is his 3rd or 4th catch on the day. As you see, he was wide open. Looks like that defense just lost him in the middle of the field there. But that sets up a 1st and goal now at the 9-yard line. Maddox is going to stay in the gun as he's going to take this snap, move over, and quick throw out the back of the end zone. He felt the pressure coming, and he did not want to take a sack there. Smart play by the young quarterback. So now 2nd and goal here. It's going to be a handoff, and this is going to be a run up to about the 4-yard line, gain of 5 there by James Conner. So now 3rd and goal. Under center is Maddox. He's going to take a quick drop back and throw outside. That is caught, and touchdown Tampa Bay, as I believe, I'm not 100% sure who that is. Big guy there, though, making the catch on the outside as he just got routed up. Big play Slay there, as that is Miller with the touchdown reception. So Tampa Bay, pending this extra point, will tie things up, and all of a sudden Toronto's offense is going to be asked to answer a 12-play, 99-yard drive from Tampa Bay, starting out at their 1-yard line and making it all the way down the football field. It's got to be demoralizing if you're this Toronto Huskies defense, as this defense is what they're built. The backbone of this team is this defense. So now a decent return here up to the 24-yard line by Travis Etienne. And now Tampa Bay had a 99-yard drive. Can Toronto have a 76-yarder here to find the end zone? Let's see if Nickerson and company can get things rolling once again. Starting things off in I formation, and a quick throw outside. This is caught. CeeDee Lamb making his way upfield, up to the 38-yard line, a gain of 14 yards on that. And they're going to count that as a rush since it was a backwards pass there. As you see, CeeDee Lamb making a nice play there. He's been fairly quiet so far this season, making a few catches here and there, but for the most part, a little bit quieter than in years before. So now 1st and 10 here. It's going to be a run in here, and Travis Etienne getting shut down in the backfield. A loss of 2 yards there. Nice tackle by Tony Jefferson, the safety, coming down and making the play in the run game. As that was a new signing for this Bucs team, and it seems to be paying off so far. Now it is 2nd and 12 in the gun this time at the 36-yard line. It's going to be a handoff, though, and bouncing this outside, but not getting a whole lot of room is LaMarcus Holloway. Gaining a couple there, making it 3rd and 9 now. Looks like they've got 4 wide here as Nickerson is under pressure and getting put down. Trey Hendrickson breaking through the double team to make that play, and the 2nd sack on the day for this Tampa Bay defense, as Toronto just didn't have anywhere to go with that ball there, as Mr. Hendrickson just breaking through that double team, as Betts just was not much of a help there trying to help the tackle, but he's been struggling so far this season. The leader in sacks allowed on this Toronto offensive line so far this year. And another booming punt here from Matt Hackness just goes into the end zone for a touchback. So Maddox here, starting off the game pretty hot. 4 incompletions, but over 100 yards and a touchdown on the day already. And he's going to start this drive in the gun, empty backfield here, 5 wide on 1st and 10. And a quick throw outside, as that is almost, it is intercepted off the tip. Earl Thomas making the heads up play, as Maddox just simply airmailed that pass. Tried to go for the quick hitter on the outside, and he just overthrows the intended target. As you see, I believe, yes, that is Earl Thomas with the pick, but Number 24, I believe, is Branch. Or no, not Branch, excuse me. Not 100% sure who 24 is now that I think about it, but let me think on that. But it was tipped by number 24 and intercepted by Earl Thomas, making the heads-up play. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 45 in plus territory. Nickerson under pressure, getting this one away at the last second, but incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 here at the 45-yard line. They need to protect Nickerson a little better as they're trying to run this one this time. Holloway getting a couple up to the 42, setting up a 3rd and 7. They need a few yards to attempt a field goal here. Nickerson's going to take this one, have some time, and throwing outside at the last second there, as that is, I believe, caught, but they're going to mark it no gain on that play as Holloway, maybe a half yard or so on that one. And they're electing to punt this one away as they didn't get the necessary yardage. So despite that pick, not a whole lot of gained yardage there as that one goes through the end zone for a touchback. So pretty much a quick little reset, and all of a sudden Tampa Bay's back where they started. Maddox's stats look a little bit worse with that pick, but no harm, no foul, essentially. So now 1st and 10 here, bunch set to the right-hand side for Tampa Bay. And Maddox is going to hand this one off, and nowhere to go for James Conner, as that is Floyd Ellis coming through and making the tackle for no gain. So now it is 2nd and 10. Maddox, empty backfield, quick throw over the middle, that is caught. Big hit on Miller as the big receiver goes down hard. 7-yard gain, as that is Jaquil Easter, the hard-hitting safety. The man who is known for as the second coming of Cam Chancellor out there in the secondary. So now it is 3rd and 3 at the 27-yard line here. Maddox takes the snap. Quick throw outside. That is caught. A nice play there by Miller. Or excuse me, that was Chris Godwin. 26-yard grab on the corner route by Godwin. His 4th catch of the day, as that is Marshawn Lattimore getting beat outside. This defense just hasn't quite looked themselves here in this one. So now it is 1st and 10 in I formation. It's going to be a handoff here, as that is James Conner getting twirled down after a gain of 4. Making it 2nd and 6 here. Floyd Ellis making the tackle once again. In the gun, Maddox throwing over the middle. That is intercepted, as it was a bad pass. That is Jaquil Easter powering his way up to the 48-yard line, as Maddox was spinning around as he made that pass. Not sure if he felt like there was pressure or what, but Maddox starting to struggle here as he threw that one over the middle, but if he would have just waited another half second, he would have been able to set his feet and make an accurate pass there, but instead trying to throw off balance to OJ Howard over the middle, and it ends up as an interception. So 2 turnovers here already for your Toronto defense, starting to look like themselves a little bit. It's now 1st and 10 here for Nickerson and company, as it's going to be a quick throw over the middle. That is CeeDee Lamb, and he is breaking this one deep for a 48-yard touchdown. Quick throw to CeeDee Lamb, and I talked about how Lamb hadn't quite been involved as much this season. Well, he says, oh, just wait, as he scores a 48-yard touchdown on the first play of this drive. Nickerson to Lamb, much like we saw for the entirety of last season. The 1,000-yard receiver is starting to work on the next 1,000-yard campaign here for Toronto, as a nice touchdown gives them the lead once again, pending this extra point, 14-7. And that right there is how you answer. So the first interception, this Toronto offense couldn't really do much with the ball. The second time, they figured it out. They made sure they had an answer for the call, and they find themselves with another lead here. It's now a return from inside the 5 out to the 24. And like I said, this Tampa Bay offense really is all about Demetrius Maddox. And I mentioned how if he plays well, this offense does well. If he plays poorly, all of a sudden this team starts to falter. As Maddox, 2 interceptions, and they lose the lead here. So they're going back to the running game here. A run up the gut. That is a good one for Williams, gaining about 9 yards on that. It's now 2nd and 1 at the 32-yard line. In the gun, a fake to the running back here. Maddox has some time, throwing over the middle. That is incomplete. This defense is not playing around, as that is big play Slay making a play on that one to make an incomplete pass. So now 3rd and 1. It's going to be a fake to the running back here, and throwing out of the backfield. That is caught, and making a play up to the 38-yard line. That is James Conner with the reception. Gain of 6 and a first down. The first down, the most important part of that play for Tampa Bay. And finally there, Tampa Bay has a little bit of protection for Maddox, and he's able to complete that play-action pass for a first down. And that is something that we want to see a little more pressure from Toronto, because it seems like when there's pressure, Maddox falters. So now 1st and 10 here at the 38. It's going to be a quick throw outside and caught, but going backwards on that play. A loss of a yard on that, as that is Miller. And nice tackle there by Richie Branch. As you see, Branch sitting at a only 5'9", I believe. 5'9" or 5'10", making a big tackle on the larger receiver there. It's now 2nd and 11 here. Under center is Maddox, putting a man in motion. Godwin in motion here. As it's going to be a quick drop back, quick throw over the middle. That is caught. Gain of about 5. And that's going to lead to the 2-minute warning here, as I believe that was Chris Godwin with the reception. So now 3rd and 5. Coming out of the 2-minute warning here. Big play for Tampa Bay as he takes the snap, and it's going to be a throw over the middle, caught, and a nice juke here, and powering his way forward inside the 35 is Miller once again, as he has really been an impactful force for this Tampa Bay offense. I think it is interesting to see, as I think they're finding their number 3 receiver here for Tampa Bay, as it is a direct correlation to what appears to be the next Mike Evans. As you see, Miller just looks absolutely massive here. So now 1st and 10. It's going to be a quick throw and a nice completion here. Miller once again getting this one up for another first down, or well, they're going to mark him just short. But that's his 5th catch of the day. So 2nd and inches, stepping up and throwing this one away is Maddox as he gets hit on the throw. So now 3rd and inches at the 23-yard line, 1:07 to go. Bunch set to the right-hand side. Maddox drops back, quick throw over the middle. That is caught, and inside the 5, down at the 3. And you see a timeout here by, I'm assuming, Tampa Bay. And now it is 1st and goal at the 3-yard line, just over a minute to go. Under center is Maddox. Quick drop here, and under pressure going down at the 10-yard line. That is a sack, as the Huskies say, not just yet here, as they are known for their backs against the wall to make some plays. So now 2nd and goal here at the 10-yard line, 58 seconds to go. Maddox takes the snap and spins around a couple times, finding a receiver outside, complete. That is Mike Evans. Gain of about 4 yards on that. So now it is 3rd and goal here. Will this Huskies defense make the stand? Backs against the wall. It's now 3rd and goal. 52 seconds to go. In the gun is Maddox. He's going to take this snap, throw right side. That is caught, but tackled at the 1-yard line as Toronto takes a timeout here. As it looks like they're going to settle for the field goal. Interesting decision here at the 1-yard line. And that is going to be a Dustin Hopkins field goal there, leading to a 10-14 game with under a minute to go in the first half here. So now Toronto with 44 seconds on the clock. Well, yes, as it's going to be a kneel down here for a touchback. So 44 seconds, 2 timeouts. Let's see what Toronto does here. Do they try and make a drive here for some points at the end of the first half? As it appears they will be going for it, putting Nickerson in the gun 4 wide here. As he's going to take this snap and throw deep downfield. That is, incomplete. Thought it was caught by Travis Kelce. He had his hands on the football. Couldn't corral it, though. So now 2nd and 10, 39 seconds to go. Nickerson under pressure. Nice evade there, but eventually goes down, and that is a fumble recovered by the offense, though. As a shifty move there by Nickerson initially leads to a nice evaded sack, but runs into another one. And a run here on 3rd down as a timeout, final timeout by Tampa Bay. Leads to a punt for Toronto. 29 seconds to go here. A big booming punt here and a nice one going out of bounds at the 20. And this is where we'll have to see what Tampa Bay is able to do here. No timeouts, 24 seconds on the clock, I believe. At their own 20, it's going to be a tough ask to see if Tampa Bay, they're going to have to utilize the sideline here if they want to get some points on the board. As it looks like they might just be settling for halftime. And it is going to be a handoff here and a tackle in the backfield by Chase Young. And that should end this first half here as they're settling for a 10-14 score going into halftime. Oh, they do get a handoff here to end this first half, and a huge hit by Jaquil Easter on Williams to end the first half. Really making his statement to this offense is, you better not be coming after us, because he is going to lay the boom. So going into halftime, close score here, 14-10 right now. And we're going to take a look around the NFL, see what's going on in this Week 4 matchups. We have Cam Newton and this Colts offense, and a close one against the Deshaun Watson-led Texans, 14 apiece, headed towards halftime. And now up in Pittsburgh, Cincinnati Bengals come to town, and Justin Herbert struggling to keep his up with Caldwell out there for the Steelers. The Steelers perfect on this day so far, 12 for 12. So now Teddy Bridgewater and the Panthers are down 3-14 as the Justin Fields-led Falcons right now also perfect, 6 for 6 on the day, heading towards halftime as they have a 2-score lead. And the big play on the day was the Tay Myers rushing That's right, Tay Myers' rushing attack here, it seems like, as the powerful running back shows off his wheels in this one. And a quick throw, going for a touchdown here in the first half to CeeDee Lamb. A nice resurgence of Lamb in this offense. So all of a sudden, coming out of halftime, your Huskies up 14-10, but Tampa Bay an opportunity to take the lead here. And a good return up to the 27, as that is where this Tampa Bay offense will look to make strides here in the second half, as Maddox started off hot, but ended up faltering there towards the end of the second quarter, I guess. Couple turnovers. It's now 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Maddox under center again. Let's see if they made some changes. As a quick throw outside and nowhere to go there. Nice play by Marshawn Lattimore. So now 2nd and 10 here. Maddox in the gun. As it's going to be a quick throw outside again, and this one just inaccurate as he misses his intended target there. It's now 3rd and 10. Maddox is going to take this snap and feeling the pressure, but finding an open man over the middle. That is O.J. Howard getting inside plus territory here down to the 47, as Howard just streaks past Bobby Okereke. So now 1st and 10 at the 47. Will Maddox make a play here? And a quick throw. Found his man, but low throw there. Incomplete. So now it is 2nd and 10. Maddox kind of erratic here to start the second half, as we have a run here by James Conner, powering his way forward for a gain of 4. So now 3rd and 6 at the 43. Maddox takes the snap, throws outside. That is caught. Mike Evans on the outside making the play. His 5th catch on the day, and it could have gone for a touchdown if Maddox would have thrown that out in front of him a little bit further. But instead, the speed there by Branch to catch up to Mike Evans to make that play. So now 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line, near in the red zone here for this Tampa Bay offense, as it's going to be a handoff, but nowhere to go. James Conner goes backwards as a slew of Huskies meet him in the backfield, including Micah Parsons, leading to a loss of a couple on that one. This Tampa Bay offense right now sitting behind the sticks to start this second down. Questions amid the quarterback play so far, as that is another handoff here. Williams this time getting up to the 21, so looking at a 3rd and 9 here as Maddox taking this snap and pressure off the edge, throwing this one away as he doesn't like the pressure. As you see, Maddox struggling a little bit here. Pressure kind of getting in his head a bit. So now this should set up another field goal attempt for this Tampa Bay offense, as Dustin Hopkins attempting his 2nd field goal on the day. And this one is good, making it 14-13. Tampa Bay closing the gap, but Toronto still with a 1-point lead here. So now this Huskies offense gets their first attempt here in the second half, as they're going to start things off at the 25-yard line here. Nickerson, let's see what he has in stores. He found a nice touchdown to end the first half there to CeeDee Lamb. So now Nickerson starts this one off in the gun. as it's going to be a handoff here, and getting a few yards is Travis Etienne up to the 29-yard line. Gain of 4 on that one. So now 2nd and 6. Looks like we're going 4 wide here. Nickerson, though, handing this one off and trying to get up towards the first down marker is LaMarcus Holloway, getting a couple. It's now setting up a 3rd and 4 here. Big play here. 3 receivers to the right-hand side. Nickerson takes this one, looks that way. Oh, not complete, as I don't know if the intended target just didn't expect that pass or what, but it hits him in the head. Literally in the head with the football. Can't say you see that very often, as this Huskies defense just feels a little dejected after that one. As they had the first down, no one out there covering the intended target, but not able to make the reception. So a little bit of a hiccup here for this Huskies offense, as another phenomenal punt here. Wow! Great punt here, down at the 1 again by Matt Hack, as he has just been absolutely phenomenal. Look at the backspin on that one, as it just is getting towards touching that line and immediately jumps backwards. Phenomenal punt there. I don't think you can get a better punt than that one from Matt Hack. So now at the 1-yard line, will we see another 99-yard drive from this Tampa Bay offense? They did it once, as they're going to hand this one off to the fullback here. Nichols gaining 1 or 2, setting up a 2nd and 9 here. Maddox in I formation again, and it's going to be handoff up the gut this time, as Williams powering his way forward, Connor powering his way forward, as they're going to mark him just short, 3rd and inches here at the 11-yard line. As it's going to be a fake to the running back. Maddox thrown deep over the middle. That is caught downfield, as I believe that is Chris Godwin with the reception in the middle of a couple of Toronto defenders, but able to find the ball there is Godwin, as he had Marshawn Lattimore trailing him, but Lattimore unable to make the play there. So now 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Tampa Bay gearing up for a possible 99-yard drive again. Pressure off the edge, but thrown deep downfield. That is incomplete. 1-on-1. As you see, looks like Mike Evans was the intended target, wanting a flag on that one. Not getting it, though. It's now 2nd and 10 here. Maddox taking a quick throw over the middle. This one is caught. Powering his way forward is O.J. Howard. Gain of 6 on that one. Nearing midfield already, as Tampa Bay's offense setting up for a 3rd and 4 here. Toronto's defense needs to make a stop here before they get too much momentum. As you see, big play Slay just flying all over the football field there, getting shoved around by O.J. Howard. It's now 3rd and 4 here. Maddox takes the snap, throws outside. That is complete, and a powerful stiff arm there, as that is James Conner unable to get the first down, as that is what you call team defense there. Bobby Okereke coming up after the missed tackle there, making the stop, though, not allowing James Conner to fall forward, as that is big because Conner's a powerful running back, as Okereke just puts him down quick. And that should be the end of this Tampa Bay offensive drive, as you see a punt here. And going through the end zone for a touchback, as Toronto right now is narrowly escaping another big drive from Tampa Bay. Starting out at their 1, gets up towards midfield, but unable to get much further than that. So now Toronto with a 1-point lead and the ball here, as Nickerson is under center, and he's going to put a man in motion here, left to right. And it's going to be a quick snap here and quick sack, actually, as Shaq Barrett comes through on that right side. That right side of this offensive line has been struggling so far in this one for the Toronto Huskies, as it seems like every time there's pressure, it's coming off that right side. between Jedrick Wills and Liddell Betts, they are really struggling over there. So we'll have to see if they make some adjustments here. Setting up for a 2nd and 15. 3 receivers to that right-hand side. Nickerson in the gun. It's going to be a handoff here. LaMarcus Holloway trying to make a play outside, gaining a couple there. Setting up a 3rd and 12 here at the 18-yard line. And Nickerson finally has some time, but unable to complete that pass, as it is an incomplete pass there. Not quite sure what he saw on that one, as it looks like he may have had CeeDee Lamb coming across the middle. But it looks like the pressure might have been getting to Trevor Nickerson, as he was probably expecting to get hit once again. So now another Matt Hawk punt here. And another big punt. This one, though, getting returned, but not by much. Getting out to the 28. Maybe a return of 3 or 4 on that. And as you see, James Conner really hasn't had much room today to run the football here. Very impressed with this rush defense for Toronto. So now it is 1st and 10. Empty backfield here. Quick throw outside and incomplete. The defense making a play on the ball that time. It's now 2nd and 10 here. Going under center this time is Maddox, as it's going to be a handoff as Connor gets upfield, gaining about 4, as that really seems to be like the biggest run he seems to be able to get in this defense is 4 or 5 yards. So now 3rd and 6 here, as it is going to be Maddox throwing outside, finding his receiver and getting put down, I believe, is Williams out of the backfield. His first catch of the day. As Tampa Bay now has 300 yards passing on the day, but only 13 points to show for it. It's now 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. 2 tight ends set here, as they're putting a man in motion and going to the running back, and going nowhere is James Conner, losing a couple on that one. Big hit in the backfield is Adarius Evans, makes the tackle. I believe that might have been Bobby Okereke, though, getting through there first. It's now 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line, as it's going to be a handoff again, and again going backwards is James Conner, as this is a duo on the outside here of Chase Young and I believe Earl Thomas. Yes, Chase Young and Earl Thomas coming through to combine for that tackle. So now it is 3rd and 14 here for this Tampa Bay offense. They got a bunch set to the right-hand side. In the gun is Maddox, as he takes this snap and throws deep over the right-hand side. That is caught. Big play here, as I believe that is O.J. Howard with the reception. 33 yards, and he's got 100 yards on the day. And you see a nice throw there by Maddox, lobbing that one in there to Howard. As that should end this 3rd quarter, as Tampa Bay down a point but driving here to start the 4th quarter, as they are down 13-14. So here on 1st and 10, we have Maddox, quick throw over the middle, that is caught by O.J. Howard once again. Gain of about 6 on that one. Nearing the red zone here, as Howard makes his 7th catch on the day. And as you see, it just seems like this Toronto defense has kind of struggled against the multitude of weapons that this Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense has. 43 passing attempts from this Bucs offense already. And this is going to be a run up the gut as James Conner gets a first down there. Gain of about 5 yards on that one. So now in the red zone, 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. We've got Maddox in the gun, throwing over the middle. That is caught, and I believe that is Mike Evans pushing his way towards the end zone. And inside the 5, down at the 2. As you see there, this Tampa Bay offense is rolling, but last time they got down here, they couldn't put it into the end zone as this this Toronto Huskies defense bent but didn't break. Let's see if they can do it again here on 1st and goal. It's going to be Maddox throwing outside. That is caught for a touchdown. And again, that looks like Miller with his 2nd touchdown of the day. And once again, a nice little out route from Miller on this one. And really no one able to get to him in time, as he just kind of gets lost in the multitude of bodies. I don't know how you lose a guy that big, though. Looks like they're going for 2 here, is Tampa Bay. Going under center, putting a man in motion, as it's going to be Maddox with a quick drop and a quick throw to Mike Evans for the 2-point conversion, as that is caught. So all of a sudden, Tampa Bay has a 7-point lead here in the 4th quarter. So Maddox started out hot, cooled down there in the 2nd quarter, and now here in the 3rd and beginning of the 4th has started to heat back up again. So let's see if this Huskies offense has an answer, as they're going to start this off at the 28-yard line, as that is Travis Etienne with a solid return there. So can Trevor Nickerson and this offense have an answer, as they've been pretty quiet here in the 2nd half? So they're spreading out this spreading out this offense 4 wide, as it is going to be a throw over the middle. This is caught, and I believe that was a face mask by the defender. And yes, it is going to be a face mask here on Devin White, who made the tackle but gives up some extra yardage, as all of a sudden Toronto's in plus territory but in the span of 1 play. So a big play there from this Huskies team. So now a couple of receivers to the left-hand side, as Nickerson's going to take this snap. Under pressure, up the gut, and he goes down and fumbles it, as that is Vita Vea forcing the fumble and getting the sack. But a good recovery there by the offensive line, jumping on that very quickly. As that was actually a heads-up play by the running back there, LaMarcus Holloway, the rookie, making a heads-up play to recover that football. So now it is 2nd and 19 here. Toronto's got some work to do, as Nickerson takes this snap, has a little bit of time, but that time runs out as Vita Vea coming through with his 2nd sack in a row here. Since 2nd sack on the day, leads to a 3rd and 27 here. So massive play there by Vita Vea, a couple plays I guess, as he comes through, as he's just beating his man in the middle. I believe that is Nick Harris. Or no, Liddell Betts, continuing to struggle there, as they've identified the weak link on this Toronto offensive line, and they are attacking it. So now 3rd and 27 here. It is going to be plenty of time here, and a throwaway, though, eventually by Trevor Nickerson, as he has just not looked too great today. 4 for 11 on the day, more incompletions than completions. So Matt Hawk getting ready to punt this one away once again, trying to flip field position for about the 4th or 5th time today, and this time unable to down it before he gets into the end zone. But what a day from Matt Hack, as he's had phenomenal punts all day today. As you see, though, this Tampa Bay offense has really started to heat up here over the last drive or two, as Maddox has figured out what they need to do. As you see, he's starting to throw it all over this defense right now. So now 1st and 10 in I formation, a chance to really take over this game, as you have a powerful run here by James Conner on 1st down, gaining about 6 yards. So now 2nd and 4 here, 7.5 to go in this one. Maddox in the gun. He's going to take this one, another handoff up the gut. Nowhere to go, though, by Williams, as he gets put down by Floyd Ellis for a gain of maybe 1 or 2. So now 3rd and 2 on this one at the 28-yard line, as it's going to be a handoff, and again getting shut down in the backfield this time, as that is Williams, I believe, Micah Parsons on the edge, making the play, putting down the running back there. As you see, lifted him right off the ground. Nice play there by Micah Parsons to get off his block and find the running back before he can get the 2 yards needed. So a 3 and out forced by this Toronto defense. Nice play here, showing up when they really need it. As you see here, a nice little juke there, nice return by Travis Etienne, getting up to the 28-yard line. So now Toronto has a new opportunity here to get things going, as Nickerson really needs to turn over a new leaf here for this offense. They got 3 receivers to the left-hand side to start this one off. Just under 6.5 to go in this one. Down 7, Nickerson throwing this one out of the backfield is Lamarcus Holloway. Gain of 3 yards on that one. It's now 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line. Again, 3 receivers to the left-hand side, and they look that way as it gets knocked down. So now 3rd and 7 here. Spreading this one out 4 wide. Nickerson has some time and eventually throws this one over the right-hand side, and that is caught for a 1st down. As that is Keontae Bonds, his 1st catch of the day. Or 2nd catch of the day, my bad. I must have missed the 1st one. So Keontae Bonds with his 2nd catch of the day. And it goes for a 1st down, but as you see, they finally protect Trevor Nickerson, and he finds an open target. Need to see some more of that here. On 1st down, though, going 4 wide once again, as it is Nickerson finding a man outside. That is Jerry Jeudy going up and getting it. Nice play for Jerry Jeudy, his 1st catch of the day. Gain of 19 and a 1st down. Mr. 1st down, as we call him here in Toronto. Jerry Jeudy making the play, going up, getting it, and getting both feet down right on the sideline there. It's nice to see Nickerson have some faith in his receivers. It's now 1st and 10 at the 37. 3 receivers to the left-hand side once again, as Nickerson takes this one under pressure, and it is a fumble that immediately gets caught out of the air by Jedrick Wills, who is the one who let up the pressure in the first place. What an odd play there, as Nickerson just gets demolished. Wills catches the ball out of the air and tries to return it. Interesting play there, as Shaq Barrett beats Jedrick Wills. So now it is 2nd and 20 here, knocking them out of field goal range. So the Huskies need to get some more yards if they plan on finding at least a field goal on this drive, but they want more than that. Going 4 wide again, pressure off the edge and throwing it over the middle, though. This is caught, and a nice play upfield as this goes up to the 20-yard line, and that is Jonnu Smith, the number 2 tight end, coming through with a big play here for this Huskies offense. And a nice accurate throw there by Trevor Nickerson, finding his man, beating Devin White over the middle. As now, all of a sudden, this Huskies offense is in the red zone. Very balanced attack so far on this one for the Huskies. And it's going to be a running back, or fake throw, and a nice play here. Wow, what a run by Travis Etienne as he slips through the defense, and the only thing that brought him down was a face mask by the defense, as they really only let up 4 extra yards from that face mask. And it's a shame, because Etienne may have had the run of the year right there. What a play. So now 1st and goal at the 4-yard line here. It's going to be a handoff up the gut. That is, I believe, Etienne getting up to the 2-yard line. It's now 2nd and goal, going I formation here. And a nice little toss, but nowhere to go for Etienne, as it looks like Nickerson was about to get sacked, and he flipped that one out of his hands. Looked like it might have been a great play call, but good rally by this Tampa Bay defense to get out there and make the tackle. So now it is 3rd and goal for this Huskies offense at the 4-yard line. 3rd and goal at the 4-yard line here. Nickerson in the gun. He's going to take this one, have some pressure off the edge, and eventually time runs out, as that is Tyquan Lewis coming through with the sack. And this will be an interesting decision here for this Huskies team. What do they do? Obviously well within field goal range, but they need a touchdown. As you see, Nickerson just nowhere to get rid of that football, as he kept scanning the football field but couldn't find anyone open. And they're going for it from the 16-yard line, 4th and goal, spreading it out here. And a quick throw outside, that is knocked away. Nickerson just threw it up. Bad play call there, as he just threw it up to CeeDee Lamb, who was in double coverage. Oh boy. So it looks like Demetrius Maddox, who has been airing it out all day long, 45 passing attempts, needs a couple first downs, and all of a sudden, this game is over. Maddox takes the snap, throws outside, that is caught, but not a whole lot of yardage there for O.J. Howard. But that leads them to the 2-minute warning here in this one. So 2 minutes to go, 7-point game here. Let's see if Tampa Bay can find a first down, as they're going to hand this one off, and nowhere to go, though, for the running back. Maybe a gain of 1, if that. And a timeout by Toronto. So now 3rd and 6 in I formation. What will they do here, as they elect to hand it off, and getting the necessary yardage as probably the biggest run on the day for this Tampa Bay offense, goes for a first down, a gain of about 8 or so yards. And that might be all they call here, as it's going to be a handoff up the gut once again. And the final timeout here by Toronto. No more timeouts for Toronto. Tampa Bay setting up with a 2nd down here, 2nd and 10, minute 49 to go. Not a whole lot of life here, as a quick throw outside, that one goes to the 38. Mike Evans, wow, they are aggressive here in this one. 3rd and inches here, minute 12 to go, inside a minute 10 now, as it's going to be a fake, and that is Demetrius Maddox going down. Fumble, recovery by Toronto. What a play here, and what an aggressive play call by this Tampa Bay offense. 2 throws in a row, and the second one ends up in a sack, as this defense coming off the edge on a cornerback blitz is none other than Big Play Slay, as he forces the fumble here. And all of a sudden, Toronto has life. Can we see a miracle here? Can Trevor Nickerson Make the plays necessary. No timeouts, 28-yard line here. Nickerson takes the snap, throws over the middle. That is caught. Down to the 11. They need to hurry up here. Get down there. About 40 seconds to go here. Nickerson takes the snap, throws over the middle again. That is, had a man open, but a little behind the receiver there. So now 2nd and 10. Reset here, 39 seconds to go. Nickerson takes the snap, throws outside. That is caught in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. What a play there. And all of a sudden, this entire team has life again. As you see, corner of the end zone, Jerry Jeudy, touchdown. What a play, as Nickerson looks like a totally different quarterback here on that drive. It's like the dog in him just came out, and he was not going to be denied. Pressure, he didn't even worry about it. As you see, it looks like they're reviewing this one, making sure it is a touchdown, as it did appear to, as Jerry Jeudy got both feet down. What a play, though. What a sequence of events, really, for this Toronto team, as 2 aggressive play calls in a row from this Tampa Bay offense, as they elect to do a quick throw and doesn't quite get the first down, and on 3rd and inches, they elect to throw it again, ending up in a sack, with not only a sack, but a strip sack, in which Toronto recovers the ball, right? And then a couple plays, and all of a sudden Toronto is in the end zone, tying this game up with 34 seconds to go. So now Josh Lambo is going to kick this one deep, and it's going to be a touchback here. 34 seconds to go. Tampa Bay does have 3 timeouts. So this Toronto defense, they need to make a stop. They need to be aggressive here. They can't let Tampa Bay get into field goal range. So let's see what this defense has in store for this Tampa Bay offense, as Maddox is going to elect to hand this one off, and a big run here, best run of the day, ironically. And Tampa Bay takes a timeout. They're at the 36-yard line. They elect to now try to go for it. Initially, they were just setting up for overtime, and it's going to be a completion over the middle. Timeout here, Tampa Bay. They're at the 46, 23 seconds to go, 1 timeout left. Maddox, empty backfield here. He takes the snap on 1st down and throws outside. That is caught at the 36. 18 seconds to go. Scotty Miller getting out of bounds. The shifty little receiver finding his opening here in this one. I believe his first catch of the day, actually. And a big one for Tampa Bay, as it puts them near field goal range. It's now 1 timeout to go in I formation. They're going to try and just get some yardage here, as it is a powerful run by James Conner up to the 30. And a timeout with 4 seconds to go here. Tampa Bay has life. Can they make this field goal attempt? It's going to be about a 48-yarder or so. And it is good. Tampa Bay, with zeros on the clock, gets the field goal to win it. As, oh my gosh, what a sequence of events to end that game, as your Huskies faltered in the second half and had a miracle gifted to them towards the end, and they were able to deliver, but the defense finally gave up just enough yards for this Bucs offense to get into field goal range. 418 yards on the day from Demetrius Maddox. Wow. What a game here for your Huskies, as your Toronto Huskies go down in a tough one, 21-28, as the offense really struggled in this one. As we have an upgrade here for J.J. Marable coming out of that game. But yes, this is, wow, what a game. The first loss of the season for your Toronto Huskies as they end up going to 3-1 after that game. Tampa Bay back to 500 after what an interesting end of sequence there, ending sequence for this game. Haven't seen something like that in quite a while. The aggressiveness from Tampa Bay was interesting to say the least, because they really could have just, even if they didn't get the first down there on that third down, they could have just punted it away, and the Huskies wouldn't have had any timeouts. They would have had very minimal time on the clock. But instead, Tampa Bay almost gives that game away because of some boneheaded play calling there. As your Huskies, though, they started out strong and then really faltered in the second half. You don't want to see that, as that is something that we hope is a one-off situation here. But we'll go ahead and advance this one. Actually, before we advance, let's go ahead and try and do another negotiation here for Floyd Ellis. He likes the bonus and the duration. He just wants a little bit more salary here on this offer that we offered him. So let's go ahead and jump this one up to maybe 6.8 per year here. I like this. Gets him under contract until he's 30, essentially, and really quite cheap for an interior defensive lineman, only about $10 million a year. And he signs with the squad, and honestly, what a great pickup. And honestly, Floyd Ellis, in my opinion, super underrated. He gives the Huskies a little bit of a home team discount. A little thank you for drafting him, I guess, as they only pay about $10 million a season for Floyd Ellis. And then we're also going to go ahead and try and secure CeeDee Lamb, because he has been quite good throughout his time here. Obviously, he didn't really... his first season here, he played all right. Was probably one of the leading receivers on this team. 900 yards, 5 touchdowns. Followed that up with the first 1,000-yard receiving season of Huskies franchise history out there, but not really finding the end zone much in his second year. Last year, though, really secured himself as a number 1 receiver in this league. 72 grabs, almost 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. Really kind of put it all together there last season. So I believe he definitely deserves a contract here. And about a little over 10 a year for CeeDee Lamb, another fairly cheap contract. And so I definitely want to get him under contract. You see here a phenomenal receiver. We would really just work on his deep route running, and he is the all-around package. So let's go ahead and see if we can't get him under contract. Honestly, I wouldn't even mind getting him under contract for maybe 5 or 6 years, actually. Let's do 6. Get him here until he's 30. As he does sign. So, a couple of big signings there. Keeping around our star players, Floyd Ellis, CeeDee Lamb, Stan. We'll have to make a decision on Jerry Jeudy here, but so far, I'm going to say yes, as he's been really good this season. But we'll have to make a decision in the future on them. Some of the older players here will probably wait to the off season to see what they decide to do, retire, not retire, figure that out in terms of guys like David DeCastro, Darius Slay, Earl Thomas. But some other people down the line here, I think one of the guys we honestly are going to probably let go of, I can't believe I'm about to say this, is Lorenzo Betts. He has been phenomenally bad. I don't know what is going on with him, but he has been not very good. Like, progressively worse, it seems like. Already let up 5 sacks so far this season, 14 last year. Like, he's just been terrible, and I don't understand it, because he should be a solid young offensive lineman, but just doesn't seem to play well, I guess, here. So maybe we'll move on from Lorenzo Betts. We'll have to see. But that's where we're going to end things here. Actually, let's go ahead and advance this. Oh, we have a media question. CeeDee Lamb is in the final year of his contract and has turned down your offers to this point. We haven't made any offers. Well, considering we just signed him, well, that's easy because we already signed him, so that's kind of cool. Anyways, let's go ahead and advance this thing, and then we'll set up for week number 5 here. As we'll do the... Alright, that we'll leave these upgrades for next week here. As you see, Jerry Jeudy is now available to negotiate with. We're probably going to re-sign him, most likely. I really like what he's been able to do for this squad. Obviously, leading us in receiving definitely helps. But he's just been a first down machine. So I like having him. I think we'll probably get him back. But we'll have to see next time here in the Toronto Huskies franchise. Until then, though, my name is TayBikes28. I thank you guys for watching, and have a great rest of your day.